Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, and this is my VEDA #1SmallStep video for Monday, August 29th. You can tell I'm making it on Sunday because I'm wearing the same clothes I was in yesterday's. I just got done picking out my dress at Nordstrom's. It was lots of fun. It was not a size 10 day, which did not make me happy, but here's the thing. If you think you're a size 10 and the size 10 doesn't fit, there are other options, unlike when you're a size 32. But anyway, I picked one, but now I'm having second thoughts, so I may post both of them on Facebook and let you guys help me decide. And I'm also waiting for Patty's vote. I got lots of people's votes, but Kim Sepanopoulos came in after I already bought it and said the one I didn't get, and now I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it was a little short for me, but maybe if I went up a size, it wouldn't be so short. But anyway, so did that. #1SmallStep completed. I wanted to talk about church again today because now I'm the church lady. And because it's going to be my one small step that I do tomorrow, which is today when you're watching this. Because I told you guys about this yesterday and it sort of all came together last Sunday after I went to church, I'm going to tell you this too. So, my friend Tracy was speaking at a church I had never been to. I wanted to come out and support her because she's been so incredibly helpful and supportive to me. I thought I told her I was coming, but she didn't know I was coming. And so when I came in, she pulled me aside and said, well, you know, I was going to tell a little bit about your story today in my message. Is that okay with you? I was like, yeah, okay, I guess. And what she told about was what I told you guys last week. That whole idea of, if you didn't watch my one small step video last week, I went to church first time in a long time. Ended up, the person who was speaking was the minister who spoke the very first time I ever went into this spiritual community 15 years ago, at a time when I was like really fucking miserable. And even though, I mean, it's hard for me to be in touch with it right now because honestly, I feel so good again. But last week, I think I was still a little close to not feeling as good. So it was like, okay, even though I've gone through this really tough time this summer, I look at my life now compared to what it was 15 years ago. And that woman who sat in that church would have never imagined the truly amazing, wonderful, happy, blessed life that I have. So, it was just a real, I don't know, kind of full circle moment, and it just made me realize all the incredible things I have to be grateful for in my life. But so I had told Tracy that story, and she was sharing that story of how when you can walk into a spiritual community for the first time and have no idea what the future is going to hold for you, but part of getting to that future, and her theme was sort of like back to school, and the idea that when kids go back to school, they're educating, you know, they're setting up to go back and to learn new things. And as an adult, it's not quite as linear, thank God, because 5th grade's not for everybody. But that this is a time of year we might want to start thinking about that and thinking about what we want our continuing education in life to be over the coming year, and how that transformation in my life from 15 years ago to today started with every little step and risk and decision to take another class, and this isn't just necessarily about church, but to take a class, to meditate, to journal, to spend time thinking about what I wanted, to take risks like starting my own business, to have weight loss surgery. I mean, my life has changed exponentially in the last few years, obviously, but this whole time it was happening. And she was talking about how, you know, every step you make is a choice to, it's just a choice to grow and continue to educate yourself. And so for my one small step, and that's very true, and it's something I've been thinking a lot about already. So her message was very relevant to me today. And I know what my continuing education program is for the next year. And it's really about love. It's not just romantic love, but loving myself, my relationships with friends and family, but more than anything, my relationship with myself, what I feel like I am worthy of, and and just shifting some of my beliefs around relationships, because I have a very, I mean, I'm not going to talk about it in this video because I started in another version of this and it was just taking way too long, but I have my whole life struggled with this idea that, you know, there is always somebody else better than me that's going to be chosen as the favorite daughter, as the favorite friend, as the best friend, as the, you know, as the wife. I could be the lover, but not the wife. As, you know, I was not enough and not worthy to be the chosen person. And I can tell you exactly the minute in childhood that it links back to. It's what in therapy they call a screen memory, that actually represents a lot of different things, but that has to do with something that happened with my dad that, you know, he didn't know. He was 20 years old. He was playing around, but it was something that has stuck with me to this day, 50 years later, that says I am not enough. There is somebody better than me that, you know, that even my parents would rather have than me. So this is obviously a deep issue for me, but that's my commitment to learning over the next year. That's what my focus is going to be on, is learning how to love, appreciate, and respect myself in the way I need to realize that that I absolutely can be the chosen daughter, friend, lover, wife, whatever. And I've made a lot of quick progress in this for some reason. I haven't quite figured out why. I haven't quite figured out what it is about the way all the stuff I found out about my relationship with Brian have led me to feel this, but for some reason it hasn't. I'm going to take it because it's a lesson that has been a long time coming for me. But so what my one small step is related to this is I want to take a few minutes tomorrow, even though I've got a lot to do with work and I have a lot to do to get ready for my trip. I want to take a few minutes and spend some time focused on what is my vision for that landscape, the landscape sort of around love in my life over the next just 3 months, because a year is a long time to focus on. I need to break it down a little bit. So when I look at the difference in me from this time last year to now, just in terms of that one particular topic, because I didn't go on my first date post-op until like the end of September, or middle of September. So let me tell you, I've learned a lot about this year for sure. So, and I want to see what I'm going to learn next year. So that's my one small step, is to take a few minutes and reflect on that and really think about it. So, yeah, maybe you want to spend a few minutes thinking about what your continuing education plan for growth is this year in your life. All right. I love you. I will talk to you later.